what's up? Here we are, back again. And it's hot in here, I'm gonna tell you that much. No. I will never update that server. Never. And you can't make me. But yeah, I hope everyone's having a good day. Currently, it's like 3:04. It's like hot as Philip with the guacamole inside rice crackers. Like, it was really hot earlier. Like, really hot. I'm not gonna hold you. I ain't gonna sugarcoat it. So, yeah. That was, pretty bad. Pretty bad. But, yeah, today we're gonna be playing some Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem Path of Radiance, obviously. Hopefully we get to beat it today. I did put my thing on suspend, I remember that much. Whatchamacallit? Let me keep it going. But I'll probably have to make definitely a different playthrough. I do plan on making well, right now, give me about, probably I'd say a few days, and I'll be able to whip up a Parappa the Rapper review for you. That's what it's at least gonna be for, I think it's gonna be the next week. I'll do that, and then, what's it called? I'll do that, and then I'm trying to think of what other game I'd be able to play. Cause, like, I'm trying to think of another RPG. Well, if you have another RPG down below, just let me know. Because I'm really trying to think on some. I'm not saying I'm out of RPG ideas. I'm just saying that there's way too many to cover, which is kind of hard to really do. So it'd be a Parappa the Rapper for next week. Then maybe I could try to slide in a Boys of Valor. And then, Jammerlammy. And then the second game. Because at least those three, I know off the back of my hand. Like, Battle of Z, I played a lot. Parappa the Rapper, I already played a lot. Most of the games that I've played up to this point, I've had, like, I would say relatively new experiences with. Like, Budokai Z, I didn't know what that was about. Budokai 2, I didn't know what that was about. Kakarot, I had a lot of experience with. Like, most of these games I have a lot of experience with. But since, the thing is with me and trying to make a review sometimes, obviously, you know, I got stuff in my life. I'm not trying to say that, you know, like, oh my goodness. No. I'm trying to mainly say, sometimes I get that notion that I just genuinely do not want to, I don't want to make a review based on my memories solely. Because that is bad. So, like, Persona 5. I may have 700 hours straight. You can go look and check my PlayStation profile, my Steam profile. You can check all my profiles. I got time on it, right? I will still replay the game because I just don't, I'm not saying I don't trust myself, but I feel like I obviously need a refresher on a game. That's what I feel like everybody should really do. A lot of these, like, reviewers, or mostly I mainly say game journalists, I wouldn't say all reviewers, that's kind of being, like, too general, you know what I mean? It's like me saying for Angry Joe, you know, oh, it's just going off of memory. No, I'm just saying that, I'm not even talking about him or any of them. I'm mainly talking about game journalists. They just, like, spin a whole different thing because they just, like, kind of throw stuff together because it gets them paid. And I hate that so much because when money's involved, obviously anyone's going to say anything if it means that they can get, like, some kind of funding or weird thing out of it. So, it doesn't make any sense. Also, I didn't even know we were going to go eat today. It is humid as Philip outside. Yeah, I didn't come here for 5 minutes for that. I'm trying to plug in my stuff for Path of Radiance. I also was planning on doing a little sneak, just so y'all know it's going to be 3 goblets. It's a cool math game. Yeah, we're even taking cool math games. 3 goblets I liked a lot. Its only problem that I mainly have is that it's like, okay, the problem with the game is that it's too, like, it's too, oh my goodness. It's not me trying to figure out the words, me trying to put this HDMI to this stinking Wii adapter, bro. It wants to act like it just doesn't want to fit in. Whoa. you actually thought it was. Alright. No, that's how you pronounce my name. D. Yeah, that's what you actually thought it was. That was actually crazy. Alright. But yeah, I was playing it, like, literally earlier today. Like, I was playing it till, like, 3 a.m. And I was sitting here like, oh my god, I need to go to sleep for one. Because my body just, ooh, me. But, like, what's his face? Let me turn on my PlayStation, because Lord knows I ain't trying to have all that go through. Its problem is that, like, okay. Excuse me. I'm trying to, like, I'm sorry, I don't know why I can't even come up with anything right now. Its problem is that, like, in the beginning, whenever you're playing, it's basically, you know, you click a monster, you die, right? Then, you get some armor in the game, like weapons, attack speed, yada, 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 daze, right? You get all that. And then, if you don't like any of the items or they're, like, not good enough for you, then you can just shift and then click. The game does not tell you these things, so you just kind of have to figure them out. I don't know how you'll shift and click and figure that out. So me and my friends would be like, oh my goodness, you press shift click and that, blah, blah, blah. The only real thing that the game tells you is, like, see, when certain characters have a two, like, swords crossing each other, or a flame, or, like, any sort of element, that's a mod. It's supposed to be, like, you gotta focus on those guys first. And some of them have, like, you know, more defenses raised up this, and da-da-da-da, and da-da-da-da. And I think that's pretty cool and stuff. But then, like, towards the end game, not the end game, the end game, when you start collecting orbs and junk, it gets hard, yes, but I feel like the gameplay is kind of repetitive. What it is basically, like, it, like, towards the orb, like, the orb end game, because there's the end game, you know, you beat the game, blah, 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 and then this game's like, you know, if you want to actually go further, then you can, you know, collect these orbs. So every stage that you beat from now on, you'll collect these orbs. Thankfully, you can't shift click the orbs, so they don't go away, thankfully. But, like, okay, you put in an orb. It's basically 8, like, extra stages. So you put in your first orb, and then you go into battle. You more than likely lose. So then you you collect a whole bunch of armor, and you just keep collecting a whole bunch of armor. Basically, what I'm trying to say is just keep fighting until you lose. Then get a whole bunch of stuff. Shift click, and if you have an auto clicker or something like that, or a extension like my mouse, and just, you know, auto clicking, you know, like a turbo mode, and just click through all the items and get rid of them. Then you'll keep getting stats and points and stats and points. So what I'm pretty much saying is that the end game is basically die. Shift click until all your stuff is gone, so you can keep getting stats, so you can keep getting abilities and buffs and stuff like that, so you can make your character even more better. Then get, like, more necklaces and loot rarities, like, sort them out after a while, like after probably like 10 different rounds of, like, losing. Then assort them, put the new weapons in, then haul behind, and then rinse and repeat for 8 stinking stages. And that's the main problem that I have with that game, is that is the only thing you can do. So all it is just you hopeless, well, I won't say hopelessly, but, like, you're just sitting there watching your character just slash, cross, slash, throw a fireball, slash, cross, slash, throw a fireball, because you can't do anything outside of just setting the items, like your chest armor. You know, the only thing that you can control is your equipment and the pause button, and maybe your criticals and freeze, but, like, that's it. So you don't really have much enticement outside of, like, targeting which monsters you do. And heavens forbid you make it to the last stage of the game, and then you gotta pre-focus on everything, because apparently there wants to be a big purple monster. Then there's, like, a red cross sword, and then there's a blue dude that if you don't beat the blue dude, then he'll immediately just kill you just off rip. It doesn't matter how many good things that you have, how many goblets that you have. It'll just it's a sight to see. I can understand why it's a cool math game and not a actual fully licensed game, because I think even Dark Souls probably would actually give you some kind of leniency, or at least, I don't know, not be some stale, boring gameplay is what I'm really trying to get here. Like, jeez, man, I've probably seen more enticement from an AI, like, dude, BitLife. Like, no disrespect to BitLife, but I feel like even BitLife at least has something. At least you can control your outcomes and feel something. In this, I'm just hopelessly just clicking around. And that's pretty much it. Like it's not enticing enough. All right, but that's enough ranting. I'm go ahead and go over here, make sure everything's all bing bang and good. GOOD. All right, AIGHT. How do we do this transition over? There we go. There we go. There we go. All right. Dang, so in theory, I've only played this 8 times. Shoot. Okay, there we go. Fire Emblem, Path of Radiance. Let's get it. Sorry about that. I actually had a stifled up nose. Dude, here, bro, I was tired. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I was extremely exhausted from that trip. Like, I really just did not want to play. I don't know what came over me that day. And I really am truly sorry for that. Because I don't know what kind of disparity that I really got into. And I was sitting here like, bro, what on earth was that Brooklyn guy? No, but real talk though, I actually really do apologize. I told myself for a long time, I said, no matter how dire any of that stuff gets, you are not going to go and redo all of that stuff again. What I mean by this is that I'm not going to be, I made sure to try at least not do the whole, oh, you know, viewer, blah, 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 no one wants to watch. I made sure not to do that ever again. I said, I'm not gonna do that. Cause I know for a ding dang certain, I would not watch some stinking dude if he sat there and only did that. You know what I mean? So I said, yeah, I'm not gonna do this. Oh, I'm a Dunsky. Bro, I really low-key forgot that Mordin was super low on HP. Now all these dudes are basically gonna reprimand him, and I hate that Purge. What kind of movie is this? Like, I've seen The Purge. It was scary. It was like it was like this family had like a whole bunch of like high-tech stuff, and they were like chilling, and then like this random black dude was like, "Yo, help me," because basically what The Purge was like, it's like everything is legal. Everything is legal for 24 hours, which is actually a really stupid and idiotic idea. Like, you're truly speaking, that is a dumb idea. But see, this is a movie. Movie's got a movie, and so you know everything's legal, blah 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 blah. And then there's like this like which is called like a high tech family. So the high tech family, they're like doing really good. They got a whole bunch of high tech. You know, they're chilling. And then like one dude comes over to like their home and is like, you know, like screaming in the streets like, "Hey, I need some shelter, someone help me." And then the family, they're like, "We don't want to help this guy because, you know, we're trying to live too. And nobody really wants to mess with us since we got a bunch of technology right now." Also, I'm kind of a dunce. I meant to literally let Titania wait. I don't care if her name is Titania. That is so stupid. That is the most dumbest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Titania. Does that thing say titanium? No. It's Titania. Titania. That is Titan. That is Titania. I was sitting here almost believing that for a minute. Like, bro, what on earth? Some type of Tiana, you're almost there. No, my father had love. Like, you know what I mean? What is this? What kind of manipulation is this? Get this out of here. Alright, real talk though. Like, Reese, my guy, You need some heals, because Lord knows I'm not going to throw you into battle with no heals. I've learned that from the last time. You should tell that to me at Morim. Morim has no heals. He's going in there blind and probably dead. So, I gotta have that girl. Leaf! Lethe! Now, I will admit, Leaf, I can understand, because, like, I mean, like, it's basically like saying lethal, except without the L. I don't know where I got an accent for Lethe, so, you know, I'm not too sure. Jrpg! Who's this? Man, that is why I low-key really do not, like, usually watch Twitch anymore. There is so many stinking happenings. I get stuff for random stuff, like, it'll be like, have you ever heard of iGreg? And I'm like, who is iGreg? Like, I know who he is, because I've seen his Persona stuff on TikTok. But I'm like, no, I don't really watch him like that. Then it's like, whatchamacallit? Then it's thinking, talking about like Agent, like, oh, you heard of Agent? And I'm like, yes, I don't care for bro. And then it's like, then it talks to me about like the whole sketch and then like queso and all that. It pings me about everything, salty dolphins and stuff like that. And I'm like, yo, maybe I probably shouldn't have all these dudes or a few of these dudes subbed, because that's a lot of people to get pinged for no reason. And it'll overflood with like 40K watchers, and I'm just like, bro, what is this? Ow, my eye. I think I might have got an eyelash in it. The only problem with this game is that compared to Three Houses, it's kind of a really hard game to really like get a hold of, because like at least Three Houses you can kind of like see. No one knows this game, and it's kind of crazy because this is really the game that debuts Ike, stinking Ike from Smash Bros. And it's insane that no one really knows this game like that, low-key. You know what I mean? This is literally the game that features Ike in his first debut. Ike. Now, Fire Emblem on the GBA, I get it, that like, what's it called? I don't think Path of Radiance came out whenever Smash Bros. It came out, so that's why Ike is not a featured character. Like, Roy's a featured character, but not Ike. Marth was a featured character. Titania, no. Ouch. Stupid dumb boulders. I need these dudes to start sticking rolling stuff down. Nice dodge. Good attack. And good attack part 2. So the only thing that's really kind of slowing us down is those stinking boulders. Like, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Bad tag. Good dodge. Why? I needed you to heal me. Oh, never mind. Thank you. Dame time. Oh, because he turned into the... I was sitting here like, well, wait a minute. Was it Chimchom doesn't go boop, boop, beep? He goes beep, beep, boop. No, wait. He goes, beep, beep, boop. He goes boop, boop, beep. Something right here. Oh, it's my weird feel. I'm surprised that the game still stayed, like, well, the game. Oh, that ain't good. Alright, look. We'll make Ragnell. Whoa, is that a Lagoo's axe? Uh-oh. Nice dodge. Good kill. Alright, just making sure. Let me send out weed back. Alright. There you go. Man. Okay. Let's do this thing. Gotta make Jeffrey keep pushing up, you know what I mean? Ooh, Mordecai, you're gonna need some heals, my boy. You can't be going off like this. Take this heal. Oh man, we're gonna need something here. Well, first, at least, let's try to fight the soldier who's got like really high defense. Good dodge. Excellent leave. Okay. Now that dude's got. Whoa, what kind of move? No. Let me go back in here. My bad, I got like bad allergies. That's stupid. So even if I back out right here, I still gotta fight. I really hate supports in this game. I'm not saying like story-wise. I like the support. I'm saying I hate it from a gameplay perspective, because you have to be shoulder to shoulder, or otherwise it won't work. And I think that's one of the most dumbest things. Like in Heroes, I get it, cause like with Ike and Marth, right? I made my Marth on Fire Emblem Heroes. I made them to where like I have a Marth, not the 5-star, you know, Marth, the one with the, you know, the hero of light or whatever it is, right? Not that Marth. No. I'm talking about. This is a Marth that's like he's oh my goodness. This is the regular Marth, like the one that you see in Smash Bros. That Marth. That's the one I'm talking about. He oh man, we need a Green Day. Can't have that. Boom, chicka boom, boom, chicka boom, boom. Green Day. Excellent XP up. We're gonna have to probably take a few hits here. Can we pick up? No, we can't. I'm trying to like, okay, I see how this is gonna go. It's a good thing Ragnell still's got is like, is a bit of room here, because if not, this would have been probably over. Gosh dang it. I don't know how I keep dropping my controller. If there's like ever a compilation, which I hope not, because that would be the most stupidest compilation I see, of just the times I've dropped the controller, or at least made the noise. Like, bro, it would probably at least fill 10 minutes. You really could do something with that. Low key. FR. So no, I don't think we're gonna eat. Subhumans. Have they already joined with the Galean army? No, it's not possible. My chance is now. I won't let it pass. Kobe! Actually, no, I should have said Russell Westbrook. Live. I don't know how you lived. I also don't know how that hit me, even though I wasn't in the vicinity. But hey, this isn't, what's it called? This isn't Fire Emblem Path of Logical. Alright, this is thinking Fire Emblem Path of Radiance, alright? So it's gonna be radiating some kind of energy on me. Like, you know, inaccuracies. And so be it. Why would you do that? Oh. Oh no. I was like, why would you hit your own? Oh please. Oh please. I'm literally on my hands and knees right now. Good dodge. Missed! That was an undersight by me. Excuse me for going through this narrow path filled with rocks and having to dodge rocks and having to also dodge people. Again, this game does not give you good enough XP to fight these dudes. So yeah, you're gonna be in constant fights like this, where it's like, leave. Oh, leave. Why? And no, I'm not gonna use her Lagoon Stone. Not yet, at least. Cause she's like good, but like I can't have her use it. I have to use it in like extreme, like it has to be in extreme measures. Wait, I can use it from here. Please. Oh, thank goodness. The comfortability now. I feel at ease. Mordecai. Oh, that's your range? Easy. You gotta be kidding me. Yeah, thou shalt not pass. You shall not pass. Good slash. Excellent dodge. Excellent slash, man. It keeps it up and it keeps it up. But tomorrow I think we're going to the movies, me and my friends. So we either might see Superman or the Fantastic Four. But here's the thing, right? Because Fantastic Four, the thing. It'd be better if I had a picture. It'd have made a lot more sense. Oh man, this is gonna be a very tough fight. And I gotta fight this stinking dude. Oh my goodness. Okay. Listen, bro. We got one more rock in here. And it's just gonna hit it down the thing. Okay. So we're just gonna move him up here. And we're gonna let's see, look at the soldier. Somehow apparently he's able to cast down a hit and hit Tanith. So unless it's this stinking Neanderthal right here, who can apparently hit me from like 10 different ranges, or this Iron B. The Iron B! He can't hit me anymore. Better not. I'll be hooting and hollering if he can. You know, he could actually move a lot farther than he lets on, but he chooses not to for some idiotic reason. And then someone's gonna be like, well, if he could, and then he beats you, you would just have another thing to complain about. And then I'd say, shut up. And secondly, I would also maybe say, I mean, like, at least it would be true to his stuff. It's not like stinking, when he had the Iron B, I'm assuming it was Iron B, one of the crossbows, and he's just like, oh, well, yeah, it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna just shoot it anyways, and it'll still hit you regardless. I'm just like, oh, what on earth are you talking about? This is not how this should go. Hey, Race is having a hard time doing his part, and I love that. It's just a shame that I can't get my boy Ragnell right, because this dude wants to apparently fight. Weird. I can't throw Stefan in there because apparently everybody wants to roll D-name Boulders 5 different times, and I gotta stick and use vulneries. You think I'm gonna use vulneries? I have to now. I don't trust these stinking dudes to at least live through half of this stuff. You're just gonna have to take it, man. I hate to say that. Coward. I did this all because of you. Mordecai, Damian Lillard time. When you transform, you're supposed to go crazy. So no one's gonna push down the rug, eh? No one's gonna push down the rug. Oh, that's lame. Good dodge by Leith. Man, I love Leith. Like, I really love Leith. Not like that. I'm talking about, like, how she's cool when she immediately transforms and then goes and fights for the early push game. And in the late game, she can't really do the push. So then Mordecai basically does a Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong from Donkey Kong Country. No! No! So stupid. Because now I gotta redo all of this all over again. Oh, this game. I hate this game. I truly do not like this game. I thought it was alright, right, in the beginning. But now we're like chapter 25 or something, like towards the late game. I know, you would think I would have quit in the beginning. You know, it'd be like, oh, if something doesn't work, then, you know, try again. Well, apparently, it just doesn't make any sense, bro. It's like me in videos, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, you know, one moment is this, another moment is that. Like, bro, this is stupid. I can't do this anymore. Not the videos thing. I love the videos thing. I'm mainly talking about, like, this stinking game. Because if it's not one thing, it's another thing. And if it's not another thing, it's another thing. And it's like, bro, why is this game so stinking annoying? This is like playing Fire Emblem drafts on Maddening. Except the game's difficulty here is normal. You know what I'm saying? That difficulty, I have to be, you know, held with a draft. Meaning I can't really use certain characters. You know, certain characters I can grab, certain characters I can get. And Maddening is like the hardest difficulty, you know what I mean? Probably outside of like Lunatic. I think Lunatic and Maddening are pretty much the same thing. Like, it's basically saying you're crazy. But here, how is the normal difficulty hard? Like, I don't get it. Apparently, in the Japanese version, there was a Lunatic difficulty on Path of Radiance, from what I've learned. Right, it was either this or Radiant Dawn. I think it was Path of Radiance. And the reason why we didn't get it over here in America was because basically they thought that it'd be too hard for Americans, or I think it was like pretty much like too hard for everybody else. And so that's why we didn't get that difficulty, which is kind of like, dang, I forgot what game also did that, where they're like, they toned down the difficulty of the game because they didn't think that us over in the West could handle a difficult game. Which, I don't know what's more insulting, the fact that they kind of insulted us by basically saying that we can't take anything difficult, or the fact that it was like, they literally blocked a feature because of what they originally thought. Like, there are weird people out there. Alright, maybe not my level, but there are some weird dudes who will literally sit and read. Like, there was a guy who really played Dark Souls and beat Dark Souls without taking any damage in all of the games. Not one game did he ever go undamaged. Like, I'm being serious. You know, that was a challenge. I get that, right? You know, it's the thing he self-imposed on himself. And I know he failed more than a lot of times. But, like, still, it's the fact that he actually got that far and literally won the game and beat all the Dark Souls at the time without taking any damage. Man, I haven't had allergies in months. Like, a lot of months. Like, I actually low-key forgot what it felt like to not pretty much have a tissue up your nose. For real though. Nah, but I might also do Dragon Block C. Like, see, there's a lot of RPGs that I want to cover. And the only problem with RPGs, I'd say, is that they take a lot of time, and that's a good thing, right? I like, you know, taking your time, you know, seeing what you gotta see and doing what you gotta do. But the only problem is, like, in an instance like this, where it's like, you know, where it's kind of like essentially a job for you to go and do this, that's when it becomes kind of hard, because then you gotta, like, you kind of gotta hurry up and beat it or do whatever you gotta do, and then immediately give out your opinion. Because if you're not keeping up with the times, then you're not keeping up with the times. I don't want to do this all over again. I hate this stage. I thought that the Shredder stage with I don't know who it was, the bird king. I was gonna say the racing king, but I meant to say the bird king. And he's like really tough and stuff. Cause see, here's the problem with this stage, alright? It's not the enemies that's the problem. It's these stupid boulders. Because I gotta like sometimes the enemies will get triggered by the boulders. They'll push down the boulders and shoot them. But then other times they just won't do that, and so the boulders won't be coming down. Like, it's not like them just pushing down the boulder or stone and then it rolls down, you know, blah 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 blah, it breaks. Or, you know, it goes over here, you know, it falls down, blah 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 blah, it breaks. No, the thing is that they will wait until, like, I guess you're within line vicinity and then push it down the line vicinity. So it's best to recommend to, like, rush up with 2 different tanks and then have them trigger all of these things, and then, you know, then bring up your cavalry and stuff. But you gotta be careful about people like weirdos like on the Iron Beat, as they got like 5 uses, so they'll just shoot you from afar and take like 10 damage. Complemented with the boulders, the stones doing also 10 damage. Follow with the enemies also fighting you. That's where I start having a problem with the game. Because it's not just the boulders. It's the stinking slingshots. It's the stinking, I gotta fight the dudes. It's the stinking rocks. It's like, bro, at what point do you have to say to yourself, okay, maybe we're throwing way too many things for these characters who are, you know, not meant to really take all of this kind of damage. Because it's like, where's the strategy here? Just rush up with 2 different people? Like, rush up with 2 tanks and then that's it? That's a stupid strategy. Now, I know that they're probably going to say, oh, well, you're supposed to be trying to push up one side. My booty cheese is supposed to be trying to push up one side. This thing is meant to be pushed up by both sides to flank and then immediately scour the enemy. We're supposed to root the enemy. You know, corner him. Capture him in the corner. If I capture him on one side, he's going to fly to the other side, go run around. And it's going to be one of those chase scenes where we go chasing around the table. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't really make any sense. I don't know why we would do that if it's right here. But, you know what, I guess I'll take that other opposition. You know, I'll go one way and fall all the way up the other way and then do that. I assume that's what the game probably actually wanted you to do, was to choose which side that you want to go to. I assume that, but I know that these bum behinds are going to start chasing me. And the moment that they do that, I'm going to call the bluff. Because someone's going to be like, oh, well, actually, you're supposed to go one side. And, you know, you're supposed to not trigger all the other sides because they're going to do whatever. You know what? Fine. We'll play on that. Yeah, I'll play that game. I got nothing else to lose here. I'll play that game. I'll push everyone to one side. And everybody else will go on to the one side. No one is to ever even think about touching the other side. No. So I'll push up with some tanks. I think my first one was, I actually don't even know what I pushed up first. But I know I'll push them up and then be good. Okay, it was Leaf. I was gonna say, I feel like I pushed someone with decent enough stuff. I was gonna say, ain't no way my behind did not bring Mordecai. Okay. do y'all move like barely any steps whatsoever? Like it's kind of annoying. Thankfully we can't land on that space. So what I mean is, bro is routed. So he pretty much can't move anywhere except for there. So everybody gets their stuff removed, and here we are. But like, I might also probably talk about Twilight Princess because I love Zelda. But you know, I kind of tell myself from time to time, I'm like, man, if it was just a channel thing, like if it was just like, oh, well, you know, you can switch to this channel and do that. That's way too many channels to focus on so many one-sided niches. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, because I want to also talk about like Breath of the Wild, or at least want to talk about A Link to the Past. I love A Link to the Past. I told my friend yesterday, I remember when DK Oldies was good, back in like middle school year, like 2017, I remember getting, asking my granny if I could get a Game Boy, and she let me get a Game Boy, and so I was able to play with the game. I was able to play with a Game Boy Advance SP. Originally I was trying to get the SpongeBob Game Boy that I originally had back in the day, but that thing was like stupid expensive, so I went with a much more cheaper option, and it was like, what's it called? It was like $70. The Game Boy was. The one that I currently have right now is like $70. Dang, Mordecai getting routed, my boy. But yeah, it was $70, and we got that, and then I was able to choose. I got Pokemon Fire Red, and I played that, put 300 hours into it, beat the game. You know what I mean? Easy. No damage. Yeah, take that. I hope you sit up there happy. Oh Lord, I don't think I prepped for this. Oh, what? No, my XP. Reese. You gotta get out of there, my boy. Ooh. Okay. I forgot how weird everybody is like that. Because everyone's just like, oh, well, we gotta fight the guy who can't attack back. Like, cowards. And y'all call yourselves Lagoos? Nice dodge. Pretty good poke. Pretty good poke part 2. Allow me to siphon that XP of yours. Oh no, this is where we actually take the hurt. That's Ike, and then that's also gonna be racing too. Prepare for the ouch. Ouch. Alright. I don't know. See, like now they start to move. They move. Like, it's not like I was gonna escape these dudes, you're gonna call it. No, they're gonna fight me regardless. Like cowards. And I'm gonna go pressure them, and then it's gonna be like, oh, there you go. And then they're gonna fight me. And then the rocks are gonna slide down too. I'm gonna say, man, I either crit or do something, bro, because I can't be having this whole iron blood shit, dude, like, type thing. But yeah, when the gameplay's not gameplaying like this, I think the game is fairly enjoyable. I don't know what, like, I think the thing is that they were trying to talk of, like, this is a game I would truly say is gameplay first. No, story first, gameplay second. This is a game I would truly say story first, gameplay second. But I mean that in a bad way. Because, like, the thing is that whenever you do this, it makes situations just a lot more annoying. Because, like, how am I supposed to focus on your story if I can't even get through the gameplay to then play the story? You know what I'm saying? Because if I can't even play the game to enjoy your story, then that's also a bad fault. It's not a good thing. It's a bad thing. Yes, you should have both story and gameplay. It shouldn't just be, like, one or the other. Like, it should be decent gameplay. At least not me having to basically fight tooth, nail, and nickel just to at least see a bunch of supports. Because in Fire Emblem back in the day, they're just like, well, you know, if character A dies, then, I mean, there goes your story support. There goes anything that you can even see of this person. Which is why in Awakening they said, okay, you know, people actually kind of want to see, you know, characters and stuff and actually want to play the game. And, like, actually want to understand the story a little bit better so they don't have to, like, you know, have characters die and then, you know, they don't know about it because, you know, this is back in the day and this is not, you know, nowadays times where you can just look up the stuff. No, this is back in the day where, you know, you kind of had to, like, you didn't really have that. Oh my goodness, bro, I'm stuck in an ultimatum here because Mordecai doesn't want to evolve yet. And Mist can't make it any further. But maybe Jeffrey could have an epiphany. Epiphany. And I think that was asking a bit too much of him. So maybe he'll be able to at least slightly root and then like give him a little shake and shimmy. Here we go. Get him, Stefan. At least the X dude is not a stinking Lagoose who's gonna outblitz him. At least it's not something like that. At least it's somebody that can actually decently fight. Why do you move like in increments an hour, bro? Who is like weighing on your stinking clothes? I don't get it. Oh, my XP. You better be glad this game wants to, you know, pull a stunt where it's like, oh, you either go one side or you go another side. And then don't even commit to the one side, other side. Fight the dudes that are, you know, on the path. Why are you fighting these nobodies? That should be me. And you crit these dudes? Go crit the people that are on those mounts right now. Fight the dudes that are up on the top. Yeah, like that guy. And you're probably like, well, you know there's actually commands for you to actually set that. Dude, I've set those commands before, but the thing is that once they make it to the root, they stay. And that's why I want you, like, okay. If I said focus on an area, I mean focus on a person. If Jeffrey, Dragon Wyvern dude that's currently on a dragon right now, if I tell them to focus on Jeffrey, they should focus on Jeffrey. They shouldn't focus on the square spaces they're supposed to go to, because at that point I'm just telling them, hey, go to this point. You know what I mean? Like, why even have that feature if they're just gonna go to the set position like that? Dang, Titania. I think it's also pretty messed up that they also hit their own soldiers too. I know someone was talking about it on, I think it was like on YouTube, that like, that's crazy that it actually had missed me. Jeez. Oh, and there was something I wanted to say. So, if you were wondering why on Instagram I was talking about, you know, being accepted to that tournament and stuff like that, well, basically, where I was like, I gotta train up and all that stuff. So, pretty much, what happened, right? Well, what was that all about? Alright, so, I think it was like a few days after that Fire Emblem stream. Someone, it was like a YouTuber was hosting it was like a Fire Emblem on the GBA. The one that I have a poster of with Lynn and, Roy. The one game that also features Roy, but he's a side character. He's not actually even a main character. They have one, except it's like Japan exclusive. So over here, all we get is the Binding Blade. We don't get the Blazing Blade, that stars Roy. No, we get the Binding Blade. So everywhere else in like all the other regions of the world, except for Japan, are really confused as to who on earth this character is outside of a minor mention in like the Binding Blade. You would think it'd just be Lynn, but it's not. It's this dude named Roy, which is kind of weird. Cause like canonically speaking, Roy's probably the only dude that actually like kept his dad. All the other lords always lose their dad in some type of way. All of them lose their parents in some kind of way. I would never understand it. What is up with these guys always losing their family members? Like, he loses his dad. Violet, wouldn't consider him a lord, but he loses his dad. Claude and them, he loses his parents. That was a terrible dodge. That was a really stupid. How did you miss that? But then hit it on the second swipe. No swiping. But yeah, Dimitri loses his parents. And Edelgard loses her parents. Claude loses his parents. Everyone just loses family members for no reason. Except for like people like Roy. Roy gets to keep his dad Elliewood, bro. No. That's not fair. Nah, I'm kidding. But, yeah, so basically, I'm trying to, I'm like, oh my goodness, there's this stinking online tournament. I'll go to it. They was talking about, make sure that, you probably use OBS, blah, 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 how many streams you got, how many videos you got, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't really matter. So long as you get to stream, I'm like, oh, okay, well, I guess, I'll do this. I never really played the Binding Blade, but I guess this will be a little intriguing, way to get into it. Just going into there, not really knowing any of the stats or any of the class level ups, seems pretty interesting. So, then I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and go into it. So I signed up and I sent my stuff over, and then he sends me an email the next day. Like, I wake up at like 9, and he sends me an email to all the other people who he wasn't able to get a hold of. Like, I tried putting in y'all's Discords, but like it didn't really work. Like, I literally went to Dev Creator. Like, I literally went out of my way to go find the Dev Creator mode and put that thing in. So then I added him, and he added me back. And I told him, what's it called? Because his conditions was that, what thing you stream on, what does your ping look like your internet speed, your upload speed, has to be at least like 20 megabits a second, not megabytes. Megabytes is the capital B. Megabits is the lowercase b. I know. But those two are like pretty interchangeable. They're not interchangeable, they're just it got me, don't worry. But anyways, so I tell them, like, all my stuff, my Twitch, that's what I do. It's like my Twitch is what I do. And then like it was some other thing. But the main thing that got me when I sat there was like, bro, is the stinking megabits a second. I think right then and there was when I noticed that, yeah, this was not gonna work. Because his recommendation was so gosh dang high that I had to sit there to myself. I even told my cousin, like, the day before, because he was saying, like, oh yeah, I saw that you were talking about the whole, like, tournament thing and all this stuff you wanted to join. I'm like, yeah. They said this dude basically requires, like, 20 megabits a second. Like, why? He's like, I'm like, what kind of godly internet do you need for that? I know someone's gonna sit there and be like, basic internet strategy, Negre. No, okay? And that's probably one of the few times I'll actually do that. That's when I'm actually truly, genuinely upset, okay? Because here's the thing, sometimes I'll do it funny, but this time I actually genuinely mean it. That is so stupid. Yeah, I've ever heard in my entire life. Like, yeah, I get it. I hear the whole, oh, well, you know, it's just a whole, what's it called? A whole, it's like a refresh rate type thing. Bro, you know what I stream on? I stream on 2 gosh dang megabits a second. And guess what? It looks just fine. You can clearly convey and see the exact image. I literally did it. I would go and watch my streams back and make sure that there was like no packet loss. Y'all wouldn't say anything about the packet loss stuff. So, you know, it was a good stream. You know, I could do it in time. I could do all this because we got a whole other Wi-Fi router extender. So I could actually up my stream quality. I'd get it if it was something else, but I was able to finally get my quality up to a 1080p. If you just rewatched it back, you would clearly see that. But that's expecting too much of someone of his position to at least go and watch like 2 minutes, not even 2 minutes of the footage and see, everything looks pretty stable. That's kind of crazy. But he didn't want to do all that. Like, see, I got 0 drop frames, 1,257 like kbps, right? And it only goes higher from there. So, with that being said, I told him that. I told him it's consistent and it streams really well. You know, it's like 720p. And bro didn't really want to hear that. He was pretty much just like, sorry, 3.2 is just a bit too low for me. Maybe you could try the next tourney though, and then put like a blank smiley face. And I sat there to myself like, you know, I was expecting like sorry, can't do that. Rude? I get it. I feel like it's more of a disservice when they try to act overtly nice, like, oh my goodness, you know, look at this guy just trying to get into the turn. I didn't even care to win. I just wanted to just genuinely see those creators and at least like show my skill at what I wanted to do. That's all I really wanted to do. I just wanted to just give my best in a situation that I didn't really know what to do in. For example, I never played that Fire Emblem before, but it's a randomizer, so I just kind of wanted to see, you know, what it do. But it didn't really seem like I got that chance because, well, here you go. Now, some people are gonna be like, oh, well, you're probably just taking it as opportunity. No, I wasn't trying to boost myself or anything like that. That's not what all I was trying to do. All I wanted was just to simply talk to those guys and like hang out, you know, and tournament it up. But yeah, now I won't be able to get that chance due to a really stupid recommendation Wi-Fi wise. Because here's the thing, now his whole thing is like, I think he's like in like Europe or something like that. Like his time zone is like so whack. Dude was saying like 9 p.m. and I'm like, 9 p.m. is like way too late to do Fire Emblem. I can't do that. But then I looked at it my time, it was like, oh, it's 2 p.m. Never mind. So that's how I was able to get it. But yeah, so I pretty much just told myself, yeah, I had a feeling I had a feeling I wouldn't get in. Like I already knew I wasn't gonna get in because, you know, about the specifications on that. But it's a whole other thing to basically be like, maybe next time though. That's just, I don't know. It's just like you did not need to say about that whole. It's a bit. I don't need all that, bro. I don't need all that. That's just a bit too much. I'm receptive. I can understand. I get it. I do get it. It's stupid. Like from my perspective, I think it's stupid, right? Because, well, there's been people who've had way worse like hertz rates and stuff, but they've still been able to stream just fine. But if that's what your specific quality is, it's garbage. I think it's a big ask, but I hear it. And then, but just to kind of like play I don't like the overtly nice people. I don't want you to be a D-word, but I also don't want you to be just like this like weird fake like facade nice thing. So obviously I did the most respectful thing I probably could do. I said, I understand, and then I blocked them. Because what do you want me to do? Sit there with a stinking bro? I don't like looking at messages like that. I don't like having that in my stinking feed, just knowing that exact conversation happened. I screenshot even sent it to my friends and stuff and showed them like, yeah, I just wasn't able to get in due to stupid high requirement. And even they thought it was pretty dumb. And even some of the other people I sent it to was kind of also confused about that. Like that's a weird ask for like as much as it is. from other people who actually have like god tier internets, which is like, I just don't get it, man. But hey, I'm not gonna sit over here, be weird and complain and whine like, oh man, I didn't get in. Yeah, that's not what I'm trying to say. All I'm just simply saying is just, hey, I think it's really dumb about the requirement. I sadly wasn't able to get in, and that's my piece. And just a little bit of my opinion on how I felt about it. Alright. Now Leith and them need to push up and take some moves, take some parts. But I plan to do like, was it BCG? The Big Chat Guys mod. Because I also want to do mod packs, but I don't know, I feel like that would be way too cluttered on my sinking channel. That's my only problem with ever doing like the whole like Minecraft mod packs thing. Like, oh, I want to review these. I feel like it'd just be too cluttered. But maybe if I focus solely on just the Swaggbros. And then once I get a big enough following, then I'll start to like, show, more other gameplays and stuff like that. Because I feel like solely only doing that is just too much. They talk about that, like, I know they say for like, YTers that like, your situation isn't like unique, it happens to everybody. I feel like mine's is in a really unique position. Because I've seen people who basically had like jack dilly and or squat still be able to pull off stuff. Like that dude who, it was like a little kid who, it doesn't matter. It's, he like was ordered like a Big Mac or something like that. And, he actually exploded and popped off and got like, I think it was like in the 20Ks, and I'm just like, bro, how do you do it? Like, what's even more disrespectful, I feel like? Jrpg literally basically said, because I had to look myself up to see if I left anything. I did it last year to see, like, okay, where do I stand? And then this year I said, okay, I'm going to do it again and see where I stand, if I at least get some kind of relevancy. So it went through, and it went and searched me up all through the internet. And it basically was saying, like, the first time I did it, it, like, said some good things. Like, it was like, oh, it's like a friendly vibe. It feels like you're sitting down and talking to a dude who, it's like talking to like a gaming buddy. With this, it was like, so, like, it's deadpan humor and all this stuff, he does good. And I was like, okay, it's pretty nice. But then, it critiqued me and told me that, his thumbnail style is not flashy, so it's kind of hard to really, like, kind of give that recommendation. And I was like, oh, okay, I see, thumbnail issue. Okay, I'll, try to work on that. But then the next time I went and did it, they were, like, saying, like, oh yeah, he just does that, like, he just reviews. But, like, honestly, out of all the people I really would, it was something, like, I promise you I'm not making that up. I'm not making that up for, like, some kind of sneaking pity point. I promise you I'm not. It literally said that verbatim. Like, it's just, like, it's, like, honestly a weird, hard recommendation, because I can't recommend him out of all the people. I was like, what? Weren't you just, like, talking, like, at least decently good about me? What was with the switch up, man? Like, what was that about? Like, it was just, like, it was so off. Like, I get it to be open and honest, that's true. But, like, dude, that is so destructive, it's not even funny. It's not constructive where it's like, okay, we're critiquing it, but we're doing it out of the kindness of improving. No, you're being destructive. You're being harsh and doing it to, hurt me. But even then, it's like, bro, what on earth? You were just talking so good. Like, bro, you would have thought this was like some kind of X or something that I had. And it just said, like, had like this whole like good talk or something like that, like I don't know, like pillows and chatting and stuff. Like, you thought it'd be good, but it wasn't. I'm like, hey, that was just rude. tell you, Path to Radiance will really show or make or break your stinking toes. I never seen something actually outright bring my stinking, like, because at first I thought it was gonna be a passive game. I was probably gonna play for a little bit, call it a day. No. But yeah, eventually I'm gonna just not, like, once I beat this game, I'll review it, and then that'll be it. Because I'm gonna be honest, I probably won't go for, I won't say go for something like this. There's niche and then there's extremely niche. Like, I feel like Three Houses' problem is that, like, because, like, I know a lot of people may be saying, like, you know, it had such a big thriving community, but now it's, like, it's kind of, you know, dead. So that's when I'm just like, oh yeah, I'll probably not, excuse me, mess with it like that. Like, I definitely want to go and play P3 again, but P3's problem, it's not the game itself or anything like that. It's just so much copyright when the game first came out. Like, they got me for the aria of the soul. You know, the Velvet Room theme. They got me for that. Like, I actually got, like my stuff restricted. And I was like, bro, what on earth? Like, it's stuff like that where I just think to myself, it's a part of the game. It's not like something I knew was going to come up and then I, you know, put it in. It'd be like that time that, I was trying to think of, it was like some kind of like it was the Weird Al, like, Yankovic, stinking Albuquerque. And I put like a 7-second clip of, like, you know, I said, who is it? No answer. Who is it? No answer. Who is it? They're not saying anything. And I did that in my, Boys of Valor review. And they still got copyrighted. And I was like, dang. Because, like, for me, if I do that, it won't be shown. And so I have to, like, you know, I had to edit that out. And that's why on the video, it just kind of, it's a weird cut. Because you would think, like, if you saw the, this is going to sound like a crazy, weird plug, you know, shameless. This is not me trying to do a shameless plug. But on the Patreon, I had it kept in there. Because it let me go through with it. But on YouTube, it didn't let me go through with it. So I wasn't able to, you know, post it up. I like that he actually moves with the spaces. I like that it even goes like a compass axis. I'll even do Earthbound. But, you know, there's a lot of, you know, there's something that says it's like actions speak louder than words. So let's do a lot less saying and a lot more doing. But yeah, so I may not do that kind of vlog style, like, content thing anymore. I actually probably won't do that as much. Nice dodge. Good attack. Yeah, man. If we're going to that sneaking showbiz, that'd be great. But we're probably gonna go to the AMC Mall. And if we are doing that, then all I'm saying is I'm not waiting for those stinking chicken strips. I remember when we went to go watch The Sinners, and it's stinking. That thing took so long to make for the food, and I hated that because I literally had to sit and wait. And I'm just like, bro, this is so dumb. Nice dodge. Great poke. Actually, I'll do stinking mod views. That's what I'll call it. Stink. Wait, in the water. Alright, Renault, if you're going to sideline bench this thing, man. Listen, bro, you're gonna need a green day. Alright, everybody else. Be like, Pit, squadrons, move out. Okay, I know what I'll do. Good dodge. Rodolph has turned back. I'm sorry, Ike. Wait a minute. Ah. Alright, come on, Mordecai. This is your last result. LOS. Surprise. LOL surprise. Potato tomatoes. I'll throw Titania in there just so we can get a good little get back on the hit back. Nah, but what's it called? Poke Road? If you thought I just went and played it, no. I went to the stream like the other day. Yes, I actually went and talked to other people in like different chats. I haven't probably done that in like a hot minute, where I would like, cause like before like I actually like play with my friends now. I used to mainly would just play with people like online. Like I would make like online friends, and thank you. Jeez. Subhumans? Have they already joined with the Galilean army? No, it's not possible. My chances now. I won't let it pass. Good dodge. Gray followed by Morem's truly. Fall back, Mordecai, fall back. It'll be a grand battle. It'll be a grand battle. Come on. It'll be a grand battle. It'll be a grand battle. Looks like it might be a side dish. I'm sorry, I don't know what I was thinking of. One Piece's grand battle. It's a good game beat-wise. Like, music-wise, that game has so much rhythm. It is disgusting. Its only problem is that, well, I mean, it's like the 4Kids dubbing of One Piece. And so it's kind of bad. And the combat's kind of bad, too. It's not a fighting game per se. It plays like a party game. Is what I would really say it best as. It's like playing it like a party game. Sure about that? You got to what? But most important, it's not enough. Okay, so the Familia is saying that we might eat and we might not eat. Like, hey, look, I'm not asking for a bunch of answers in momentary time, you know, off the top of the dome, you know what I mean? But like, if we're gonna eat, then we're gonna eat. If we're not gonna eat, then we're not gonna eat. Oh, scared me. Can't be having that. I know it's like highly unprofessional to like kind of think about. Leave time. Leaf, you'll get your chance. You will get your chance. There you are. You're on routing. Wait. There we go. Come on, Titania. Relax, chillax. Use that stick and hand axe. I'm gonna be honest, I did not think it was gonna hit. You got as many fools as you can, as you like. Your weakness cannot survive. No one on this earth can withstand the might of art. King. Tut-tut. Hooray! Now, before anyone says anything, I guess going to the left was kind of cheese. I did not think about that. Is this a lot of them? It looked like there were more of them down there. Oh, come on. Now we got you. Eat rock. Eat rock. I'm pretty clever. Ah! Above us, look out. Yo, what? Bird attack? Yo, they all swoop dead. Who is that? Yo, do we kind of know you? It's the Bard. Need a hand? Flipping. He's like Bartolomeo where he like put that the mirror fruit, and Shanks went to try to slash it, but then he couldn't slash it because it was Bartolomeo, you know, the goat of One Piece. You know, he's a fan inside of One Piece, and he was like, need more hand. So so Bart's like, need a hand, and his Raison's like, yes, you came. Whoa, well met, Raisin, and well met to the rest of you warriors of Crimea. Why'd you come to be here? I thought I'd help you wipe out Dayan. Well, that's good news for us, but has something happened? Why'd you, like, kind of help us now? And Raisin's like, I asked for his help. We gotta defeat our king to that end, yep. So that's, I guess, the story. But that's not the only reason that I'm here. Well, what's the other reason? In a moment, first let's meet with the King of Lions. He waits for us at the foot of the mountain. And now we're all going to the foot of the mountain, but if there's something that I've learned in the Heroes version of this game, is that I think King Kane is like, because I think in Radiant Dawn, you get to play as the king, but I think the reasoning as to why you get to play as him is because pretty much what he says, like I think in Heroes this thing, because I haven't played Radiant Dawn, is that he's weak. And I don't mean like weak, like King Canigus, he's just really weak. Like, he's basically rusty, is what the best way I can really describe it as. So he congratulates us, because, you know, we literally beat some dudes on some stinking rocks. Allow me to express my gratitude for having the Kingdom of Galea fight our side. The presence fills me with strength. Man. I love how Princess Alencia talks about the whole, oh yeah, you can, whatchamacallit. Alright, let me give a, like, but, what's it called? But yeah, she's like, oh yeah, it fills me with strength. Like, bro, you're not the one that's leading. If anything, I feel like we all led. I feel like she's kind of like not a red herring, a straw man. She's the front, you know, the hey, you know, it's me, I am the princess, I came back to save Crimea. Meanwhile, Ike and everybody else is doing all the dirty work of slashing and dashing and clashing. You know what I'm saying? If they really truly wrote her to be this villain, like, we saved the day, but she actually had like a bad ulterior motive to like reclaim the rest of the town, that would actually be some crazy absolute cinema type of stuff, and I would love it. I would have loved if, like, I know Ike's like the good guy, Alencia's the good person, you know, everybody's all the good people, you know what I mean, you know, we gotta save the day, gotta defeat King Ashnard and take down the Black Knight because he killed our father, you know, we gotta use Ragnell, you know, the sword that Ike uses in stinking Smash Bros, that's the sword that we use to slash this guy. It's still crazy to me that despite Ike being so popular, that no one knows that this is his first game in this niche $300 to $400 game. And that's why I don't blame him, because who on earth is going to sit there and chill out this? Not me. But for Nintendo's sake, I did. But yeah, not a lot of people would do that. You can't even find this game like that, low-key. Like I said, I went to a stinking game exchange. Like, I went to a local game store, right? Asked the person in the front, and she told me, because I'm like, do you happen to have any Fire Emblem games for the GameCube? This was like probably 2 years ago. Laughed in my face. Not rudely. Surprisingly not rudely. But she basically was saying, yeah, no, we get, you know how hard it is. Like, I sat there like, okay, so she actually knows what's up. Like, I thought that it wasn't it, but that's what it is. And that's kind of the problem that I really have with Fire Emblem, is that it's so stinking. It's not niche, but like, it's weirdly niche. Like, it's got like, it's like a I want to say a Persona kind of effect. If that makes any sense? Well, like, Persona was like this, oh yeah, you're playing Persona, that's a pretty nice game. You know, and like the people who were like in it was like, oh yeah, that's a great game, you know, and, yeah, they talked about that. But now since like Joker made it to like well Smash Bros, and now apparently everybody knows Persona series. Only really knowing the fifth game, not really disrespecting them. I love the fifth game. Now it's gotten even bigger. It's literally in a casino, bro. Like the game's slot machines are in a casino. That is crazy. But I know they would have gotten my behind. I know if P5X, the Phantom X, came out on mobile, like in my 10th grade year, when I was first playing the game, it'd have been over with. Like I probably started playing P5 July 2019. That's when my download said, like July 2019. And I remember I had downloaded it because I know GameRanks was talking about like top 10 like RPGs or something like that. And one of them he had mentioned was like Persona 5. And this was 3 years when the game had came out on the PS3. So by then, like Persona 5 was kind of just around. Like I don't think Joker didn't get added yet. I don't think. Like I gotta look this up. April 17th of 2019? Okay. But I guess I might have known. I guess I might have known of who he was. But like, what's his face? But like, I had remembered. I know that was talking about Persona. That was Persona 4. But for P5, I kind of knew about it because, well, the Smash Bros thing. But I wasn't really paying attention to Joker. Like, I didn't really care about Joker. Like, I didn't really know. No. Like, I didn't really think about the Smash Bros thing. Like, when I saw his thing, I was like, I don't care who this guy is. And then, come July, the reason why I even got into the franchise to begin with was because Fortnite was boring. That is the most craziest way that... So basically, if Fortnite did not have Season 9, and it was boring, I would probably have not gotten into Persona like that. I'm being serious. Just said, I didn't come on this far on my own. Ike and all of them, they're with me. It was only with the support of many that I was able to return here. Yes, my reports covered that, everything that happened back on day 12. As to that, about Nasir, bro. King Gallia, Princess Command. I apologize for interrupting the festivities when there's something I can talk about. Dang. This group contains the people who were at the heart of the last battle. Yes. What about those two children? They weren't involved. Children? This is Soren. Bro, ain't no way. Bro, not them thinking. What about Rolf? Rolf's in there, right? This is my boy Soren. He's my tactician and my best friend. And that's my sister. Before we begin this war council, there's something I need to share. It involves the parents. I kept most of it from my sister, but I felt like this would be a good chance for her to hear it. So I asked her to join us. Alright, let's go. So all begins, we met the princess and escorted her to the forest. And now they talk about the whole thing about the forest and the Ashnard and people stuff. And now Miss realized that's basically the father. Ike's dad pretty much killed his mom, or their mom, their parents. Fought, I don't know. And Miss can't believe it. And Tanya's like, do you want to leave? What's it even mean? Like, you want to like take a deep breath? Yeah, probably. I'd probably hate that information too. No, I'm just a little confused. I hate when characters say stuff like that. Where it's like, oh my goodness, you know, something crazy's going on. And then you like try like, it's like, are you sure you want to go? No, I'll stay here. I can't do this. And they're like, dude, ... Like, I hate that. It's just so corny. It always takes me out every single time because everyone does that. Why do you have to repeat my name and say it again like that? Like, I get it, but I hate it. So the king's like, oh, I guess that's the whole of it. So this wasn't ever just a dispute between Cremea and Dayan. This was something else. What could King Ashnard's ultimate goal be? He risked everything, even surrendering his country. 20 years ago, before he became king, he tried to release the Dark God from within the medallion. However, he was thwarted by the actions of Griel and Elena. Basically, Ike and Miss Mom and Dad. So what's the matter with our God? Will we have to be free from prison? I fear that the world will once again be beset by natural calamity, much like it was 800 years ago. At that time, all the world, save Tellius, was drowned beneath the sea. That's a true story? I thought it was just a fable. No Xbox. We have living proof. Goldoa's king, I don't even know. He and the two other heroes fought alongside the goddess herself to defeat the Dark One. King Goldoa was one of the legendary heroes, but he's still alive? The Black Dragon King is a living fossil, and as stubborn as anything else. He's been trying to control the rest of us for years, and he always says the same thing. Do not fan the flames of strife. As long as Laron's medallion exists, he must never begin a war that engulfs the entire continent. Never begin a war? It's possible. Perhaps there's more than one way for the Dark God to gain his freedom. Oh, aren't you the clever one? That's just what the Black Dragon says. Yet the truth of that is unknown. There's a war going on right now, but the Dark God is nowhere in sight. Is it? Could it be? I think I may finally know Ashnard's intentions. Really? King Goldoa said that a conflict which engulfs the entire continent would free the Dark God from the medallion. Let us assume that the war would have such an effect on the medallion no matter where it was, or who possessed it. And let's also assume that the King of Dayan thinks this as well. I can hear him now. Where is the tinder for the blaze I need? The answer to this question proved to be an easy one, yet he had to find a way to test his theory. So he attacked Cremea. It had to have been us. Ragnell was too big, too powerful. Dayan would have lost. Cremea, however, is a country known more for its scholarship than its military strength. Dayan probably felt that a surprise invasion would let them win, while taking minimal casualties themselves. And they were right. Cremea was easy prey. King Ramon was also friendly towards the goose. I imagine this decision also influenced his decision. If things went well, the conflict would be enough to engulf Cremea's ally, Galea, and the fires would spread. First Cremea, then Galea, and eventually Ragnell as well. Dayan's power would increase, and strife and discord, no chats, would spread across the land, eventually reaching the lost medallion. So you believe King Dayan's goal is to awaken the Dark God after all. At the very least, it's one of his ambitions. No doubt about it. Which means that our plan to attack him at the capital fits right to his strategy. It's the trigger he needs to break the Dark God's bond. Even if that's true, we can't stop now. It's gone too far for that. We have to smash Dayan to end its menace once and for all. We bury every one of them and finish it. What does that even mean, bro? So, beat everybody in the thing and then bury their bodies? But see, what defies... So the Dark God's pretty much thing is, if there's a whole bunch of chaos within all the land, then it'll arise and then fight us and, like, I guess truly lay waste. So this is like a bigger enemy. Shouldn't this be like a common enemy kind of thing? Like a oh man, I hate Dayan, but like we kind of got to team up so we can beat this stinking, I assume probably big black dragon. Okay, agreed. That's the only plan that makes sense. If only we had the medallion with us. What is it, Rayson? Is there a way to avoid all this? We, that is, the descendants of Laron, we have a gift. Through the power of the slumber... Dude, I promise you, like, you can't... Alright, look. This game throws so much stuff that you have to keep up with everything. I think its problem is that it tries to throw way too much into like 30 chapters. Like, I'm not saying, again, you can have a in-depth story. That's not my problem. That's not my problem. My problem is whenever you throw stuff like, oh yeah, Grayson's got this next power. Oh, he's got this. Oh, he's got that. Then I gotta remember that. Then I gotta remember the stinking whatever Dane's factions are. Then I gotta remember Kumea's faction or whatever their stuff is. And remember their things. Remember that thing. I'm just saying it's a lot of gosh dang lore, and I love it and I hate it at the same time. Because it's just like, I'm trying to piece with this thinking. Like, apparently the Dark God is in the medallion. Okay, I know that. Yeah. And I know that, like, maybe, like, if the medallion breaks, it'll affect. No. It has to be a very specific trigger of, I guess, everybody fighting everyone. Or, I guess, yeah, pretty much everybody fighting and losing. And then Dayan, like, goes and enacts her plan by basically waging war on every place and burning them down. Then once there's no more places to really burn down, and everything is already set on fire, then I guess the medallion will reawaken, you know, the curse or whatever, the entrapment on the medallion is, he's in this stinking thing. So now, unless we, like, again, engulf the people, then he'll stay in there forever. So the whole thing is basically don't wage war. But it's kind of hard because, I mean, war is war. It's not like I can't tell these people to not do that. It's not like something that we have to, like, make a sacrificial, like, this is literally, this is someone's choosing to do. This is stupid. So he's able to see the energy or suppress the energies in the medallion. So he was basically, his race is able to do that. So even if a massive battle occurred, if it were in my possession, I might be able to. I'm so sorry. It was because of my carelessness the medallion was lost in the first place. I told you it wasn't your fault. But you were never careless. I know. You kept it next to you at all times. You told me it was a keepsake for your mother's, and you always took good care of it. Which is, it was a keepsake for your mother's, and you always took good care of it. That's why it's not your fault. So don't punish yourself anymore. And now she's like, oh my, stop saying that. It's a good thing I got allergies, otherwise I'd really rip a new one. But Ragnell's like, you know, Ragnell's the GOAT, the top G. He let us escape on the B-O-A-N-T. Bars. I'm surprised he made it unscathed. And see, I thought it could have been Ragnell from Nasir, you know, two fairly good dudes. Like, you know, I had no problems with him. Ragnell, I still got no problems with him. Nasir, I thought he was like at least a good dude. You know, I could invite him to the barbecue, we chill out, hang out, maybe eat an apple, you know, something like that. You know, spice it up, be good. But no, bro did not like that barbecue. He said no. I wanted spaghetti. I wanted stinking all that stuff. I wanted to be gross. And so that he betrayed us. He took the medallion and ran off with it. And yeah, he used it as a means to, like, I guess see his sister. I don't know how that even, like, pretty much he did it for a selfish reason. But it's not one of those things where it's like, oh, I was just trying to gain your trust and then I betrayed you, haha. No, it was like I'm sorry. It's just, y'all are good people, but, like, I really need to see my sister, and she's in the jail cell, and I gotta save her, or something like that, or I gotta see her. So, you know, I really want to see her again so I can talk to her. And then the guard's like, okay, we'll do that if you can get the medallion. Because the dude's like, you know, I know where the medallion is. I've seen their plans. And I'm just like, dang, that is just rough. So Miss is like, you know, thanks for the cheer up. And everyone's like, all right, you know, we got to save. Let's go. I'm sorry. For what? Leanne's been kidnapped. It may have been by Dayan's hand. What? She's right. Besides, Darkguard could be released no matter where the medallion was, so it's nothing to really worry about. Alright, it's time for you to hear what I have to say. Oh, his sister got kidnapped. Raisins. That can't be. Why would the end be taken? The release Galdir can only be sung by the girl Altia, right? But Ashnar doesn't know that. Oh no. What a mess. I think it'd ever be clear and simple, can it? Dang. D-word. Fill up. Guacamole and rice crackers. I'm surprised we even beat that. Okay, this is not good. Okay, Valley missed the range. Ike and the company are reunited with the king. And King Tamarna for Phoenix also arrives there and brings him with a disturbing tale. His words serve notice. There is no time to waste. The final showdown with Ashnar is coming. Between the forces, King Canedius grants them before returning home, and the soldiers T-Bar brings. The command army possesses 3 times the fighting power that it did when it left. Okay, thank goodness. Even so, the Dayan forces encamped in the capital are strong, rested, and comparable in number. In addition, the road in the final confrontation is blocked by 2 formidable obstacles. Fort Philo and Nados' castle. Okay. How these 2 tests are faced with mightily affect the course of the war. Bruh. Okay, so I'm guessing in this one, we gotta fight the 2 castles. 26, 27, castle and castle. Then, probably some upfront. And then, whoa, they're in our castle? Well, that's kind of crazy. So Ashnar's like, I see. So Kamea and Galea finally join forces, have they? Half-breeds and humans fighting side by side. How sweet. In addition, the Black Knight. It seems the incident with the Heron princess has brought more Phoenicians, I guess, to the struggle as well. Oh, the Hawk King is getting involved, eh? Which means that the command army's strength alarms is all but equal to our own, and growing daily. Of course, this pathetic ragged band is still no match for our superior leadership and skill. Yeah, things getting a little interesting here, but I'm still unsatisfied. Divide our army into 2 battalions and send one of them to meet the commands. And who will be in charge of that battalion? Bertram. Bertram. We can we're gonna throw a butler in there. You're not gonna get an actual like person. Like I mean, Bertram's a cool top G. You can go to the barbecue, but like, oh, you're talking about the game. I bet you meant like, oh, okay. Does that bother you? Well, perhaps I should leave and see what happens. I'll leave to you to see what happens. Do you believe I'll betray you? I believe your heart has considered it. Surely you jest. I will divide our forces and see that they march to meet commands under Bertram's command. Is that good? I see you. Oh, and another thing. In my absence, did you order the death of Ina? Oh yeah, I forgot. I lost all interest in her when she failed to hold Dayan's capital, you know. I have no use for failures. Yeah, I remember it. I ordered General Patrine to take care of her. Another failure. I told Patrine that if the task was beyond her, capturing would be enough. I see. Why do you ask though? Well, according to one of General Patrine's men, they have indeed captured Ina, right? Right. But like, with the General's death, they're not too sure what to do with it. Like, I mean, she could turn into a whole dragon, but like, that's surely not definitely a problem. Like, I had to sit here and think about that. Like, Ina can turn to a whole dragon, albeit Lily has only 1 damage range. Apparently, can't use Dragon Breath past 1 damage range, which is pretty stupid. You are a dragon, but you can only attack in 1 square space. No advertisement. I think that's just really dumb. It's Dragon Breath. It's not like I'm asking you to like, I don't know, bite him or something like that. It's a Dragon Breath. I'm more upset that the boss couldn't fight me in a legitimate range. That's what I'm sick about. You know that's bad. But yeah, they're not sure what to do with it. Well, that was one of Patrice's better qualities. She always followed orders. What do you want to do? Well, I wish to receive your instruction. You want to kill her? Change your mind? You know, and actually use the dragon that we have on our team that can literally turn at will. You know, the dragon that we have can change and turn at will. You know, big intimidation. You know, ooh, I'm literally a dragon. Like, I don't think that they're really taking this situation as seriously as they think it. Like, it's like, bro, what are you talking? Like, it's not like we're talking about like some, like, I don't know, like gecko lizard. We're talking about like probably like at least like door coliseum. I'm talking like house, like a 2-story house-wide big dragon, bro. Like, this is not a small dragon. And the astronaut's like, the king. He's like, I don't care. You do whatever you gotta do, but don't bring her to me. When that one is near, Ragnell seems to grow restless, as you wish. Like, again, it's the last bit of the game, and you're throwing this stuff. Everyone seems to be here. Go ahead, sword. Speak your word. Alright, let me talk. Please look at this map. This is the current position of our army. It's here in the range. Between us and the capital, there are 2 large outposts of enemy troops. Fort Pinel and Nados' castle. Alright, cool. 2 boss fights we gotta do, no problem. Do we have to fight both of them, though? Both holds were built to guard our fair land. But now, Dayan rules both of them and knows us. With rations set, they could hold out a year. Jeez. Say what you will of Dayan and her foul plans. One must admire her skill in the things of war. Oh, come now, why do you praise our foe? I do, but speak the mean of it, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just trying to keep it real. The truth is harsh, but lies will be worse still. Alright, shush. Alright, everybody, let's keep it rolling. Pinel and Nados are fairly close to one another. I doubt they would expect us to attack at once, but it seems to be a waste of our strength, and we don't want to get ambushed from the rear while attacking. We can't divide our army. We can send a small force to attack the base with weaker defenses and keep it occupied. At the same time, the main army can focus on the other one and conquer it. Okay, but which one do we take? Aren't forts and castles pretty much the same thing? Well, let's see, I can speak in the bigger thing, like, who's got the more stuff? Like, what are we talking about here? Who's got the more things? The fort. Alright, cool. Alright, well then the main army will lead an assault on the fort. Meanwhile, I'll take my army and fight on the castle. We'll launch an attack and then come out. And when they come out to meet us, they'll retreat, then we'll attack again. It will keep them busy. That should give us the time we need. We'll take care of our front. By day's end, let's go capture a fort. Alright, it's settled then. Alright, so we're gonna report our last stuff to our battle. Who is Largo? Oh. The buff dude. Yeah. There were no deaths, no injuries, everyone seemed well. Alright, I'm a dip. Okay. So we fight these 2 dudes. That's 26. And then let's say that's it. Okay, we fight that. Assuming this game probably has 30 chapters in total. That's a lot of chapters. My lord, that's a lot of chapters. Jeez. No wonder the game is so long. That's a lot of chapters. Even 3 houses at least have like what? Not even 30. It was like 20, maybe like 20, 23, 24. I'm saying not stinking 30 chapters. That's a lot of, jeez. And most of them aren't even really, I would even say chapters. Some of them are literally just straight up fights. Like, one of them is literally go train, but in reality it's just go fight this dude real quick and then beat him. And it's like, I wouldn't really call that a whole like train type of thing. You know what I mean? I mean, for Pete's sake, the game wants you to fight stinking, like, it's like they want you to go and fight, to play the game, it's like you gotta play the game 16 different times to even get one, like, it's like a really secret character, but you have to play the game, again, I say this, I can't stress this enough, 16 times in order to you know, see what's the up and up. Also, a lot of characters got sidelined super hard. Like, the whole Border Tribe Oki thing, you know, with Janaf and Oki. What about Kieran and Marcia, Mia, Soth, Tormod? We really got Tormod recently. Makalov, Astrid, Braum, Khalil, and Largo. Like, these are people. Like, these aren't just some, like, you know, run-of-the-mill, you know, paths. I would say the main people that mainly got a lot of shine so far has been Ike. Definitely, you know, where's that guy? Where's he at? Soren. I don't know why he's super far down. So Ike, Soren, well, Bastion, Lucia right now, but like Titania, Ranulf, Mordecai for a little bit, Racing a lot, Leith, and like Mist. And I just had to sit to myself like, bro, there are so many, I get it though, I really do. A lot of these characters I mainly sat down to myself and told myself, these are a lot of characters that they want you to keep up with, but like, some of them just kind of don't have any more character outside of, well, I exist. Like, Nephany apparently can eat, like, eat. And apparently so can, Ileana. She's like, can eat like as much as like 10 soldiers and still not be full. But I would never know that until like later, like in some random support in the game you would know that. That's the only real way that you actually like know anything about any of these people is because of like a random support. Like for Pete's sake, Boyd is in the game, but Boyd doesn't get any more dialogue. Like, no one gets any more, like, Boyd doesn't get a dialogue. Stinking Rolf doesn't get a dialogue. They talk about kids, Rolf is still here, but he doesn't get a dialogue. Oscar, it doesn't exist either. And I had to sit to myself, like, did they, like, canonically die or something? Like, they just don't exist? Like, why half of them just don't talk? That's where I probably see, like, a main problem with, like, characters like these. Like, they don't get any more screen time outside of the screen time. I think their whole intention was to get, you know, put in there, and then probably lost, and then that'd be it. Because I just don't understand. Let's speak to Tabar, see what he says. So you leaving? Yeah, we're gonna do some reconnaissance, basically some scouting, you know, see what's the up and up, and tease those Danes for a little bit. GLHF, good luck, have fun. You don't need luck when you're tough as me. Well, Tabarn about the I'm truly sorry. The kidnapping was my fault. It's not your fault. I know she's still alive. These battlefields are filled with chaotic energy, but I can still sense her. It's faint, but I know it's her. Which is all the more reason we gotta go. Yeah. Racing is this mysterious power to use, like, only for you. It's not somebody that they have. So basically, yes. But the power may differ in potency, but the Lagoos possess it to some degree. So it's just my sense that it's developed. The power is distributed, something like this. It's very strong in the Heron clan. Among the Beast tribes, it's most developed in the Cat clan, though not as strong as the Herons. As for the Dragons, it may be equal or even surpass the strength of the Herons. Even though I knew that all the Lagoos were not alike, there's an even more difference than I even imagined. Your eyes should have told you that. Once we change, we don't look alike, do we? Okay, that's fair. Enough pleasantries, time for me and my men to take the wing. Alright, see y'all later. Fortune will be with you, blah 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 blah. Kiss, make up, blah blah blah. My apologies. I thought I knew this was coming. Still difficult. Yeah, nothing left to prove to me. I don't even know what that was about. Alright, let's see some Renacon's soldier tell me something. Alright, let's see what's up. I'd like to hear your advice. Let's say I was faced with an undefeatable enemy. In that case, what should I do as the weaker fighter do? Should I try to avoid slowing down other better fighters and retreat? Or do I sacrifice myself and try to at least land a single blow on the opponent? If it's an enemy general or something that's too strong, if it's an enemy general or just someone that's far too strong for you, there's no need to get yourself killed, but I don't want you to simply run away. Study the enemy first and see if retreating is your only option. I'd like you to do that much at least. Study the enemy. That's right. What type of fighter is he? What kind of weapon is he using? You know, the triangle. The Shinobi. If you can learn to do that, then you can determine how, best to engage your opponent. I think those are the very core combat fundamentals, are they? Oh man, I'm a fool. It could be. I think all my trouble started because I wasn't paying attention to the basics, like the weapon triangle. You give me something to think about. Thank you, sir. You're the smartest general ever. What a brave little fella. And we'll never see him again. That was his only character development he ever got. Oh, man. Man. So we leave at 6. Alright. Maybe I'll be able to squeeze in one more battle. If I probably outblitz the blitz. What? She's dressed up. She's gonna fight with us? The princess of Crimea is gonna fight with us. What's all this get up here? What's going on here? On horseback? You're a Pegasus knight? What's going on here? Why are you dressed like that? I thought I joined you on the battle lines. Is that a Pegasus? Where'd you get a Pegasus? And why a Pegasus knight? You could be an archer, you could be a bow, you could be a sword person like me, you could be an axe wielder, you could be a healer, you could be a Valkyrie like my sister Mist over here, ride on horseback, heal, and fight with a sword at the same time. That's baller. You're just gonna carry people and aid them in that way? That's lame. I'm kidding. That's actually absolutely baller. And I'm not talking about behind just because I'm kind of simping right now. I'm mainly talking because a Pegasus knight is pretty sick. Oh. Did I just say that out loud? A Pegasus knight is sick? Cool? It's the same Swaggbro? Oh man. No, this can't be. No. It's just because it's her. That's why I'm kind of going on this D1 tirade. Now, no. Maybe. Alright. But he's like, yeah, where'd you get that thing? He belonged to my great-grandmother. What? Didn't he should be dead? Like, I'm a bit nervous about riding him. But I'm going to try nevertheless. I appreciate your desire, but your retainers will never allow it. Yeah, about that. Did you agree to this, Jeffrey? Jeffrey. No, I'm against it. Oh, yeah, I'm saying I hate this. But she is the princess. I can't really do anything, man. Like, what am I gonna tell her? No. Just send me to this thing and like, I mean, like, what am I supposed to do here? Hands are tied. The princess's great-grandmother was a Ragnell princess knight, Pegasus knight, of some renown before marrying into the house of King. Your great-grandmother. This is a horse that has lived since your great-grandmother. That thing should be dead. That's like, assuming everyone lives like probably like 40 years, that's like 120 years of like horse. Now granted, you know, it was the biggest knight, so maybe it's probably about, I don't know. I mean, it's not like they never said. In all the language exposition dumps I've heard, I've never heard about how these horses age. So maybe they probably live for 1,000 years, I guess. Maybe that thing still ends its prime, you know, so who knows. But the princess herself is skilled at both riding and swordsmanship. Since when? This is some stinking newfound, new grounds type of information. This was never said, like, at all. Not, like, I know she always talks about, oh, I like to fight, I want to fight with y'all, but she never said, I'm good at riding, on horseback and fighting with the sword. She never said that. Never said that. As a child, she was granted permission to train in case the need for her to fight ever arose. Okay, so we got some Lynn type mess. I mean, not Lynn type mess, Erica type mess. From Sacred Stones. If you ever wonder why Erica, like, when she fights, she thrusts with the sword instead of, like, you know, going for a traditional slash, it's because her brother Ephraim is a lance user, and lance users usually thrust with the lance. So she basically applied the same technique for her. You know, that's why she does that motion. I thought that was a little fun fact, or a little bit of trivia. Like, you know, she thrusts the weapon because her brother also thrusts with the lance. So she thrusts with the sword. Why does she just use a lance at that point? I don't really know. Maybe she just liked the sword a lot. Behold the Pegasus and the uniform, all treasures to our house of Crimea fair. We did fear that we would never see a chance to use them in the proper stead. Oh, Musa fire, what? I did not find the words. Behold a light that dares to shame the sun. A princess clad in raiments fair and fine, gives courage, love, and vigor to our cause. Bro, speak English. I'm surprised you were able to hide armor and a flying horse from the Dayan army. Yeah, Prince running for a small time when the princess would need them, and bade us convey them from the palace. So basically, it's not in the palace. His thoughts were always of the princess, even as his wife was abandoning him. Be true to your heart and live life as it dictates. Those were his final words to her. My lord uncle was always the one person who understood me best. Even though I'm dressed like this, I have no experience and do not expect to fight as well as the rest of you. Bro. One part of me is like, bro, you are going to be a liability. But another part of me is like, oh my goodness, you finally get to fight. This is actually sick, and this is so cool. And you'll be able to transport all of us and be able to take us here and here and there. You are definitely going to be another asset outside from Tanith. If you can also do reinforcements, absolute cinema. I don't know what this emotion I'm feeling right now. I don't think it's a weird description. It's like it's not even like a love-hate. It's like I don't even know how to feel right now. I truly don't know what it is. Like, okay, that was my insult point, but I guess for complimentaries, really liking the fit here. I like the shoulder pads, the sticking on the chest, and not to mention the gloves. That's really sick. And what looks to be like the band on the back, I used to think it was a stupid design, but I actually kind of like it. Gosh dang it. Oh my goodness, ain't no way this is happening. This is not happening. This is not happening. This is not happening. I'm so distraught in myself. I am so sick that I am folding so bad that it is not even funny. On a character I didn't even have that sort of attachment for. But this constant waiting behind and doing nothing, it sets my heart beating with such unease that I fear it may burst. Even if I cannot fight, I could use a staff to keep. Even if I cannot fight, I could use a staff to heal the wounded. If I could just save one more soldier, it would mean so much to me. Please, I promise to obey orders and stay out of harm's way as best as I can. Ike will take responsibility and guard the princess. It's her heartfelt wish. It's not something I can allow or disallow. She's my employer. And this is what the princess wants. All I can kind of do is comply. Alright, just be careful, you know. Oh, thank you so much. Let's go forth and fight like the sun. Alencia fights and Crimea wins the day. Okay. Alright, time to get to Tactical Bro 87. This is gonna be a tough fight. I gotta go and beat this dude. Bertram. Jesse's calling. Says she wants her butler back. Alright, we're gonna take it by force. What is this puny army here? Flank right, flank left, base, treble clef. Easy. Iker, there are more enemy soldiers than we expected. I can see they are double their numbers. And we must assume that the fort houses many more troops. This may prove to be a long battle. And they have 20 times. We can't retreat. Except for Soren, who just left. But, hey, we got this. Your class is literally Princess Crimea. You wield a sword, and you can heal. Absolute cinnamon. Restores a set number of HP each turn. Interesting. Your weapon level is D, but your healing is awesome. And she's doing good on a good day. Alright, let's do it then. Okay. Movement 9. Weight 23. Oh, that's a lot. That's a. Can I get it? Wait. Let me condition this thing. 30. Okay. Hold up. Well, let me check the time. 5:11. Gotcha. All right. Let me reposition real fast. Let me check the map. Okay. Now really going on to the right side here. Seems like all the Axionis is kind of mainly on this left. Alright, so we're looking at a lot of soldier placements. Steel swords, long swords, killing edge. Beasts. Okay. I think I know what to do here. Okay, watch me. Now one, I remove everybody. Princess Ike. Good old Alencia. So we're just gonna reach this thing, lead this thing, miss this thing, race this thing, board this thing, Kai this thing, Stefan this thing, Tanith this thing, Titania this thing, Rodolph this thing. No. Maybe. No. Possibly. No. Well. No. Oh, there's nobody here. Like, look, Marcia's good too. We need people who can actually fight. Largo. Okay. The off-brand fight. Can we trust you to fight? Yes. Khalil. At that point, we might as well just put in stinking, you do it kind of bad. Put you in. Then, put in, oh man, I'm trying to think here. We gotta probably put in Jill. I ain't gonna sugarcoat it. Lucia, definitely in there. Bastion, definitely in there. Jeffrey. Yeah, that's probably gonna definitely need him in there. He's a paladin. Okay. You know what? Sword. Get your behind back in here. I would throw Oscar in there, but like, I know it's gonna sound like a first time in forever. I'm kind of low-key scared to just throw into like basically territory. I mean, Oscar's a cool dude, but I don't know if these guys are really as cool as him. So he'll probably die, and I don't want that to kind of happen. Alright, I got this. Titania will flank hard left. Alright, I got this. Watch me. Alright, I mean lances here. You need more lances. We need more lances. I refuse to let anybody go in here weak and unattended. For example, the princess is not gonna have stinking, just a stinking. If you like 2 good swords. Actually, 1 good sword. Do you have any more heals? You do. Alright. You have to take that. Also, give me that. You won't have the amidi. No, you will not have that amidi. The amity. Alright? Because take this type of remedy. You are going to only equip this one and that be it. Alright? AIGHT. Now, Reese. Ooh. Okay. Alright, little bro. Give me that. Take a mint. See, if they're gonna let me, like, if we beat the game and stuff like that, and they let me, like, replay it, at least let me keep, like, all my items and stuff like that. I hope. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if I get the hammer day and all this stuff, I should be able to keep those weapons and keep them up. Because how are you expecting me to, like, replay the game and, like, start all the way from scratch? This is not no stinking Final Fantasy VII, bro. This is a game where it's like, you don't even feel that. Alright. Mist is not looking too good in this, so I'm just going to get back on that. Everyone's just going to wield their mints. Okay, good. This thing is based on her magic. Its attack deals magical rather than physical damage. Interesting. Okay, I'll make sure to keep that one in mind. Tanith. Yeah, I have to make sure to keep her in. Good. Lucia. What on earth is this? No. No. Here's the thing. You're gonna go walk off. And only feel like silver snow. Put that back. Take the side of blade. Chance, take the ornery with you. Jeffrey! Yeah, ornery. Take a ornery, my boy. Jill! Take her ornery, my lady. Soren! I think you're pretty good. Khalil! I think you're also pretty good. Largo! Oh, man. Oh, brother. What's going on here, Chief? You can't discount the Vike before the Vike, man. It's crazy because you technically came first, but like, whoa. But like, hey, man. can't really tell you about this, but like, no. If you don't stop with this silver axe, no. If you don't steel axe this thing, I may just need to sell my weapons, like those kind of weapons. Alright, here we go. I'm also gonna probably need another. No. I need a trade. Boy! Ball hogger? What's going on here? Bastion, what's going on here, man? Listen, bro, I'm not just gonna have y'all walk around on y'all stinking deathbeds like this. Wait, so how good are Bastion's stuff? BAC. Fire with you, take a thunder with you, put that Elwind back. Give me a wreck of winded. I don't know what he's really gonna use this stinking knife because he doesn't even use knives like that low key, but hey, we'll see what it do. With that being said, with that said being, I don't know how good Largo's push is. And you would think you'd be able to just equip right into it. Okay, I think everyone's looking very promising, but we need the first pushes. What I mean by this is people like Bastion stay in the bag. Look, Jill to the side. Lucia, oh, no. More realm. Alright? This is a good lineup. Even people like, no. Hold on. Jill get in the front. There we go, because she's going to immediately turn. Stefan, I hear risky man. I want to throw Largo in there, but I'm kind of scared to. Because, like, I didn't expect this game to immediately throw these kind of people in there. So let's throw Mordecai. I'll throw Mordecai kind of in the bag. Then Kenneth will also chill in the bag. Mordecai will also chill in the bag because he can't transform right now. I don't think even Ragnell can transform right now. So I mean, I'm trying to kind of position this decently. Jeffrey, you will go in Ragnell's place. Then the next lineup would be Bastion, Ragnell, Mist, and Stinking Khalil. Actually, no, in this case, it's definitely gonna be Mordecai. And so, Mist at least has a bit of like saving grace, you know, she can kind of live a little bit. So I think it's a pretty fair, solid gameplay right here. And then the far back, it'll be Tanith, Rayson, Reese, Soren, and then Khalil in the far back. Alright, let's save it, and let's do it. General, the command army has risen to the bait. Your order, sir. Your order, sir. Sir, how do we make, you answer? Turn the ground soft with blood. Make a graveyard of this place. Bury them all. Yes, sir. Soren, do you have any information on the enemy general? Our intelligence reports that says that the commander of the army is Bertram, one of Dane's 4 riders. One of the 4 riders? So he's on par with the one we fought earlier, General Petrie? Good night. Dude, the thing is he already mowed. Like, he literally already mowed. I went outside. There was a humid as Philip. That's why I don't like going outside for too long. I get, like, extremely sweaty and stuff. I'm even surprised he could wear this shirt. Kind of dried off. That's not necessarily so. The name 4 riders is given to the 4 persons of the highest ability among the king's advisors. So, the members can change. Is that it? Who are the current 4 riders? First was Vitrine, who we defeated at the bridge. Then the man we faced today. Next is General Bryce, who served the previous king. And finally is the general known as the Black Knight. Those are the 4. So, if we're fighting another general, that's going to be the guy at the other castle. So basically, once we beat these 2 dudes, it's nothing but the Black Knight left. So that's the same Black Knight who murdered Commander Grill. Of that, there appears to be little doubt. Tell us, Soren, do you have any more information on General Bertram? I know not where he hails from, so I don't know where he comes from. He appeared after the fall of Crimea and has quickly gained Ashnar's favor. So he's a man of no mean ability? Like the Black Knight, he wears his armor and never shows his face unhelmed. Some say he's not even in his armor, but that it's inhabited by an ancient spectre of a demonic creature. It's all just superstition, rumor, designed to heighten the fear of the band. Okay, that's not really important. Once we cross the swords, we'll know the truth. Then we can discover if he's just a loud dude or really actually a monster. As long as our blades can wound him, I don't care. Let's do it. Alright. Leaf, push to the far left. So Leaf can aggro all these dudes. They're gonna be like, it's time that we get easy pickings, easy pickings, easy pickings. And then Leaf's like, don't underestimate my Laguzitude. And then she'll beat them all, right? Cool. Now, I would push my boy Warren up here real quick, but it's kind of looking a little dicey. So, Titania, I'm gonna need this to change. Oh, come on. Hammered people are effective against generals and knights, i.e. Titania. So that's gonna be kind of a problem. I say that, but low-key bro's probably actually like not even that good. Alright. Here we go. 1 slash. Good dodge. Ooh, soul. It didn't kill though, so that's kind of a little disheartening. Alright, back-to-back spinner on the track. Since Morum will definitely go first, that's an easy sweep. And now, we just got the aggro twins. Not the warping twins. Don't let them be confused by the warping twins from Three Houses. I'm sticking Linhardt and Manuela. I think it's actually a warping trio. I think like Cynthia also gets warped. I could be wrong about that. You at least want, I think like either Linhardt, Manuela, or like Cynthia. You at least want one person that can do warp. So you get like, I think like 4 uses of warp. Warp works differently than rescue. In rescue, it's like if a unit's like in 1,000 yards away from you, if they're within the green vicinity like of squares, you can call them back and they'll like come to your like nearest position within the squares. It's good if you don't want them to get jumped or they're like stuck in a corner. Whereas warp, I think it's kind of like newer. It's like if a unit's trailing behind, so like let's say people like Good Tree. Is it Good Tree? And you know, you need them to catch up. What you can do is you can make the priest aware move over to the space, use warp, and then they can go and like throw them like half across America and be good. Made even more kind of crazy that you can just kind of like, you could throw a singer, like you could literally warp a singer to a further position, make them dance, and then it's so stupid. It's a good setup. Like I said, Three Houses is an interestingly broken game. Because you can make just really disgusting combinations for no reason. Like that. That's a disgusting combination. Alright. But enough about combinations. This dude's got a bow. Killer axes. Then these soldiers will probably come rushing down. They're soldiers, they're mean, yada yada yada. But they got nothing on us. Except for this dude who can apparently shoot from half across America. He may actually have something on us. But everyone else does not have a dog in this fight. Dang, that's a lot of range. A little too much range. I see. Okay. I'll at least throw him in here. Kind of give him a hair of aggro. Now see, here's the thing. Not everybody has to push immediately right now. I at least want like maybe no, I can't throw her in yet. I'm at least trying to get everybody else's range. That's like the nearest. At least a little bit more clustered up. You're telling me No, 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 no. Let me get this straight. Let me get this straight. You're telling me, let's go literally. You have an A stat. You have an A mending stat. And you're telling me you can't wield this stinking D having staff? What on earth is that? Doesn't make any sense. It's a D. It's a letter D. Meaning she should wield this from Friday to Sunday. Or really just any day of the week that ends in Y, which is every day. This shouldn't be a problem, is what I'm trying to say. I don't know why the game does it like that. Like, I remember the reason now. It's like, if someone actually is hurt, then she can wield the staff. And I just think to myself, that's just so weird. Like, I get it combat-wise, so she's not pulling up with a mid staff. She's gonna, like, hit him to death with it. Man, does it throw you off. Alright, I gotta at least let my dude Ike go up there, try to throw a few hands up, throw down a face down. I didn't realize Ike actually came super underprepared. Jeez. Cluster here. Got to switch out his axe. Part 2. Too risky. Too risky. We only have 5 uses of Meteor, and I really don't want to probably use them right here. Jeez, these dudes can push up kind of far. I might have pushed them too hard. The numbers down and all that, but it's just like, geez, these a lot of dudes, like 35 people. If they all get aggro to us, we can at least hold down the line a little bit. Good dodge. Good dodge. Nice hit with a soul. And fairly good slash. Fairly. Not good. Fairly. Killer axe, eh? Good dodge. Hit him with a crit yourself. Tell him, yeah. I don't need a killer axe when my sword is the only thing I need to crit. Longsword, eh? Oh, that's a critical I received. Pretty promising here. Good dodge. Fairly good slash. Can we get a part 2? Really was looking forward to that part 2, Leaf. He's using a longbow. And missed. No Ike sister. Okay, Heavy Knight's pulling in. Oh, this is going to be a fight. I can't go in bomb blitzing because that's really going to get us killed. Definitely going to have to make sure to end his life first. Okay, they're really putting some extreme pressures here. Look, I trust Lee, but I don't trust her that much to be able to hold down that entire fort. Okay. Alright, we can do this. Good. Alright. Cannot have that killer edge. I'm kind of also scared about those Lagoos too. Like if we had more Leafs, it wouldn't be a problem. But like, see, I'm not gonna hold you. The game kind of just threw a bunch of random, like, having units. I really don't want these random having units. Those some bad attacks right there. Oh, we're just gonna have to go for it. Don't want him to be a thorn in my side later on. Because it's the fact of both sides pushing at the same time. It's not just one pushing. If it was one pushing, this wouldn't be a problem. You know, we go clear these guys, then we, you know, clear these guys, and then we make our way up to the hill, bing, bing, boom. Nah, it's the fact that these dudes are kind of pushing, and these dudes are also kind of pushing. Not to mention, the Lagoos can kind of move kind of far. I really hate that. Stupid 3 soldiers. Gonna have to throw Mordecai in there for some fodder. I hate to do it to him. Alright, Ragnell's about to turn, so we gotta make sure he hurries up and gets that. The mom would get a crib. Beautiful. Okay. Doable? Oh yeah, hands down. Yeah, I forgot to fight the guy that's... Not sure what that was about. Yo, what? What was that? Game like glitch or something? Like, he literally like popped out of my ears and everything. That was weird. It's never happened before. In all my years. Alright, now we're on the Lagoon Slayer. So, if we at least can get that, then we should definitely be good. Please, get your behind back over this line, man. Okay. Where's this? Here you are. 5 out of 15. Risky. Risky. Let's do it. Heal those few people over there for a little bit. Push probably like up to yonder. Bow user. Everybody, forget everybody. Okay. Here's every okay. I'm just trying to look for. See what they're trying to do. Probably fly Jim over here. Yeah, we're gonna be able to steal Lance. And I'm gonna need Tanith. champ and summon in more allies. Because we're gonna have more people to fight with. We won. We won. Strength in numbers. Now, can Alicia do the same? Surprisingly, no. Absolute cinema. Now everybody can go and push and fight and push and fight. Worst part is I probably Doofus did not even make the target fight. So that was basically just a wasted attack. Dodge. Especially the silver sword. Listens to a lot of damage. The more you take, and the more you dodge and stuff, the further they run back. And the further they run back is the more easily we can corner them. I was like, whoa, what's going on here? Okay, Chief, we kind of need those. Okay, that is not good. Dodge. Excellent crits. It's one less person you gotta worry about. Hands down. Dodge. Really wish it was a crit, but yeah, what are you gonna do? Javelin us to death? Oh, excuse me, short spear. Still a dodge regardless. That's not good. Okay, Largo, we gotta see what you do. It's your first battle. Do you dodge? Do you tank? You don't do either. So that's bad. Okay. This is why I wanted the knight to get critted because stupid stuff like that. Jeez. Dude got absolutely bullied. Okay, Jill. It's your time to shine. Good dodge. I mean, good tank. A fairly good poke. This is back whenever Wyverns actually also had really good defense. Oh, did not notice that. How is a dude from the farthest away is gonna be able to just slash up? Missed. I don't want to see that. I don't even want to look at that. That hurt my soul so bad. That hurt me so bad. This game was made in 2005? Jeez. That hurt me so bad. Oh, I can't. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it there. not because like I'm annoyed or anything. No. It's just because I actually gotta go. So that's why I actually have to leave it there. But I definitely will be probably playing some other time. For now, that's me. Swaggbro. Take care.